Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and we are going to be going through once again today that Barcelona versus PSV game, a very big victory, 4-0 at the Camp Nou, and in this video we are going to be going over some very important stats and facts that you might have missed from yesterday's game. This is a different type of video on the channel. Please do let me know at the end of it if you did enjoy it, and I will certainly think about doing it more often when there are these kind of stats to discuss, because of course Lionel Messi yesterday with yet another hat-trick, a lot of stats, a lot of facts to go with that. His magic cannot be described, but in this video we are going to be looking at all that and more. Let's do this. And firstly, guys, as we spoke about in the build-up to the game in the match preview, we do have an absolutely phenomenal record at home in the Champions League, and last night, of course, with that 4-0 victory, we did extend that even further with another win, 4 more goals and a clean sheet. We are now unbeaten in 27 successive matches in the Champions League at the Camp Nou, and in those 27 games that were unbeaten, we have won an incredible 25 of those, and believe me, long may that streak continue. But on to now the man of the moment, and in fact the man of the world, Lionel Messi, because of course last night a stunning hat-trick, an absolutely brilliant performance overall from our talisman, and following that stunning free kick that of course got the scoring underway, it was a big goal for us, it was a big goal as well on the night for Lionel Messi. He has now scored from 8 direct free kicks in 2018, which is actually his personal best tally in a calendar year right throughout his career so far. And of course, there's a lot of time still to go now in 2018, a lot of games he can extend that even further, because right now, whenever he steps up to that free kick, you're thinking he has got a great chance. And after getting off the mark in this year's Champions League campaign, Lionel Messi becomes only the second player in history to score in 14 successive Champions League campaigns after Raul. Lionel Messi, 14 successive Champions League campaigns now, with a goal at least in each one. And yesterday, of course, like I say, his 48th career hat-trick, an unbelievable tally of hat-tricks. Some player haven't even scored that many goals, let alone hat-tricks. That has now taken him top of the all-time list for most Champions League hat-tricks. He now has 8 to his name, as opposed to Cristiano Ronaldo's 7, which is not only the most in Champions League history, but the most in European football history in general. And he has scored the most group stage goals of all time, with an incredible 63 goals in 64 group stage matches. 63 goals in 64 games. That is incredible numbers right there. That also takes him clear of Cristiano Ronaldo, 3 ahead of Ronaldo's 60 group stage goals. But tonight, Juve will take on Valencia at the Mestalla, which should be a really good game. And this one here really is an incredible stat. After Messi's hat-trick last night, 3 more goals for him in the Champions League. That took him to 103 goals overall in the Champions League competition, and that takes him onto 1 more goal in this competition than PSV have got as a club. Messi has more goals, 1 more goal, 103, to PSV as an entire club, 102 goals in the Champions League. We have a player here who is literally taking on entire teams, and only taking them on, he is winning. And interestingly enough, that hat-trick is not the first time that Lionel Messi has scored during the opening match of a group stage campaign in the Champions League. He has scored in the first group stage match twice before. He scored a hat-trick back in 2013 against Ajax in the first game, and also back in 2016 against Celtic. And another great stat with regard to Messi's influence in the Champions League is that basically he has scored in 63 different Champions League matches, and in the matches that he's scored in, he has only ended up on the losing team 3 times. That is all. 63 different games he's scored in, and only 3 times has he then come out on the losing team, which basically means when Messi hits the back of the net, we usually win, and we will only go on to lose that game 4.7% of the time. The moral of the story, therefore, get Messi on the score sheet, give him what he needs to succeed, and if you do that, we are very, very likely to come out on top. And having never played against PSV before last night, of course, Messi was going to take the chance to add them to his list of conquered teams that is always a very much a growing list, and in scoring against PSV last night, it now means that he scored against 30 different teams right across in European competitions, and it doesn't end there either, because Inter Milan and Tottenham are two other teams that Lionel Messi is yet to score against in his career. And before this group stage is over, I would certainly bank on seeing Messi's list at 32 different clubs, which really would be an outstanding achievement. And now we will move on to the other scorer on the night, and it was an absolutely wonderful goal it was too. Ousmane Dembélé, who in the process has become the first La Liga player of the season to score in 3 different competitions. He scored in the Super Cup, of course, which we won against Sevilla. He scored in La Liga, and now he has added the Champions League to that list also. And last night's wonder strike takes him on to 5 goals for the season in all competitions, which is already more than the goals that he had last season. Last season, during the entirety of the season, obviously he had injuries, but he only managed 4 goals last season. He's already on more than that. He's looking confident. He's looking really, really good, and he is certainly providing some end product and showing us all what he has to offer. And the final thing on Ousmane Dembélé, one thing that I would just really like to highlight here with some stats is the incredible ability that Dembélé has to be fully comfortable, and I mean fully comfortable on either side. Right foot, left foot, he is equally balanced, and he is more than capable on each side. During his career at senior level, when he's been directly involved either by a goal or by an assist, he has had 34 involvements in goals with his right foot, 34. And with his left foot, that involvement is near identical. He has been involved in 31 goals with his left. So with his right, 34 goals during his senior career that he's been involved in, and with his left, 31. So good. He's so balanced, and that really is a massive trait, because he can play on either side, he can cut in on either side, he is a danger. You can't really show him onto his left or show him onto his right. If you do that, he will punish you. This man is definitely two-footed. A quick word now on our 4th goal of the night last night, the goal that did seal Lionel Messi's hat-trick with his right foot. It really was an excellently worked move. The Barcelona themselves are really drawing attention to the way this goal played out, how many players were actually involved in the build-up of that goal. It was a really nice passing move that we want to see more of at Barcelona. Jordi Alba got the move started, then it was on to Busquets. Suarez got involved early on, winning the ball back. It went along the back line with Roberto, Vidal getting involved, Piqué, Longley, Ter Stegen, Arthur Melo in midfield. All 10 players there are involved in that build-up of the play before Suarez and Messi then combined for the finishing touches, and it really was a brilliant team goal, something that should be applauded, and something really which was a bit of a work of art. Speaking of a work of art, and I want to bring you on to Sergio Busquets, the man himself, the man of the moment, because yesterday was an extremely big day in the life of Sergio Busquets, and probably a highly stressful one for him too, but you would never have known that. On the face of it, Busquets was still extremely calm, extremely composed, but yesterday morning, just before the game, he actually became a father for the 2nd time, with his wife giving birth in Barcelona. Massive congratulations to both of them. He then went from the hospital basically to the stadium, played the full 90 minutes in a Champions League game against PSV. He completed 95% of his passes in the process, and then went from the stadium, he had a shower, he left, and he went back to the hospital to be with his wife and see in his new child. All in a day's work for Sergio Busquets. He really is calmness personified in every single way. And just finally, guys, I want to talk to you here about Jordi Alba. This one isn't a stat, but it is something that at the time that it happened, it did really shock me at the time. And I know a lot of you guys also picked up on this moment in the first half, because last night marks the first time, probably in history, that Jordi Alba has lost a foot race with an opponent. Because there was a moment during the first half of last night's match where basically he was up against Hirving Lozano head to head. The ball was in advancement. They were both chasing it down. He was up against Lozano, and he lost the battle. He lost the foot race, and that is something that I never ever thought I would see and associate with Jordi Alba, because I think it's safe to say here, Hirving Lozano is as rapid as they get. If you're beating Alba in a foot race, you have got some speed. And I just wanted to bring you that little fact there, guys, because that for me was a shock on the night. But that was basically what went down yesterday with Barcelona against PSV. Like I say, a good performance, some real quality goals out there. And I just wanted to bring you this video simply to bring you those facts, those stats, a lot of things on Messi. I think his brilliance, you can't really record it down on paper, you can't really record it by numbers, but it is nice sometimes just to bring up the numbers behind it all, the incredible stats that surround Lionel Messi in every single way. So please do let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you did enjoy this different kind of video. Like I say, in the games where there is a lot to talk about, where there is a lot of stats after the game, I would certainly think about doing this again, and would be very, very happy to do it again if you guys did enjoy it. So please do let me know in the comments down below, as well as all your thoughts from yesterday's game. Thank you as always for joining me and for your incredible support. I will see you soon. But until then, as always, Visca el Barça.